is the franchise Shane Douglas, ECW's original World Heavyweight Champion. Right now, you're watching the #1 wrestling podcast on all of Long Island, Monty and the Pharaoh.
Monty and the Pharaoh. Monty and the Pharaoh.
The Monty and Pharaoh Show.
And you're watching the Monty and Pharaoh Show.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
With Monty and the Pharaoh.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
It's Monty and the Pharaoh.
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 Monty and Pharaoh.
It's Monty and the Pharaoh.
And Monty and the Pharaoh. Oh, is it Monty and the Pharaoh?
Monty and Pharaoh.
The Monty and the Pharaoh Show.
Monty and the Pharaoh. To the Monty and the Pharaoh Show. And it's Monty and the Pharaoh, baby.
Watching Monty and the Pharaoh.
With Monty and the Pharaoh. Monty and the Pharaoh. Oh, what a rush. We've got the future Hall of Famer, that rocker, Marty Jannetty, and MJ in the house. And I'm sitting here with two more future Hall of Famers, Monty and the Pharaoh. We're doing that stuff and we gonna rock it.
Not just dreaming it, we're doing it for it. Straight to the top. Working hard every day just to leave out that tower.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Monty the Pharaoh, only seen here live from Rockstar Studios every Thursday from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Straight out of Village Connection, broadcasting in Huntington, New York. At the board is the owner of this illustrious station and a super producer in his own right, Mr. Jim Savali. Jim, how are you?
What's up, Jimbo?
And to the right is the star of the show, Mr. Jimmy Pharaoh. Jimmy, how are you, buddy?
Hello there, partner. Back again.
Back again.
Yeah.
We were a little worried. We didn't think you were going to make it.
What? Because I actually wasn't like half an hour to 45 minutes
You
early
were.
like I usually am.
You were a little...
For me, yeah. This just yeah.
It was a little scary. I thought
Yeah,
I might
well,
have to
there was
go
a lot
Pharaoh-less.
Well, you didn't have to do that, but there was a lot of idiots on the road trying to make this a Pharaoh-less show. It was
They tried to kill you?
Why do people go in the left lane and treat it like it's the right lane? I can't...
Bro, I don't know
What?
why this thought just came to me. Can you imagine they put a hit and Trump sent the drone into Pharaoh's car on the way here?
It took him out?
Whoa,
And he took him out, he was just
Let's get
waiting.
something
Oh my God,
very clear
that'd be
right
terrible.
now. Me
That
and
would be
Don
terrible.
are friends.
These guys are tight. I know.
Okay,
I was
first
just
of
saying,
all,
hypothetically.
we're good. Okay,
Hypothetically.
second of all, if he was going to do anything, he
Big
would have done it to
bullshit.
the idiot who was in front of me when I was trying to come here.
I agree.
He was
Don't
busy
you
doing
know
it.
I have to get the Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast on time?
What's wrong? Don't you know who I am? Anyway, nobody move. So what's going on?
What's going on?
I don't
well,
know. What do we
let's.
got?
You want to do
We
a
got a-
little
got a big
politics
old-
before we hit some wrestling?
Politics?
Any
Just 'cause I
any
said I'm
feelings of
friends
what
with Don?
recently happened with the whole controversy?
What's the
Anybody want to weigh in?
controversy? Which controversy
Whether
are
you
you
should have
talking?
checked with Congress first.
Sure,
Is that
let's
it?
start with that.
I think that the commander-in-chief has to make split-second decisions sometimes.
Sometimes, yes.
And sometimes if someone's drinking at a football game or something, when this has to be
Drinking
decided,
at a football game?
you know, I think that then he has to make that decision.
Well, if you're
Otherwise, it's
talking
a
about
moral law.
Pelosi, she's drinking all the time. It
Well,
doesn't
I
have to
don't
be in a
wanna say all
football
the
game.
time.
But do you ever think that President Trump might have been like on a
politics
golf
aside.
course with his buddies and he's showing
sure
off,
it
and
was.
someone's
Now
like,
watch this.
"We got some problems over here in Iran," and
Let me show you how I do things.
let me show you what I'm all about.
You are fired.
But he could have been. But don't you have to talk to Congress? Hell no! I'm
Watch
gonna do
this.
my thing.
Doesn't he have
Hey,
his...
Baron, bring over that remote.
I'm confused, though. Doesn't he have his own appointed, trusted people when it comes to stuff like Iran? I mean, he's got his guys, right? I mean, he has an advisory board. I'm sure he talked to
I still
somebody.
think to this- to
I'm sure he
this
didn't do
day-
it all by himself.
Yeah, I think to this
That's
day,
ridiculous.
Trump can't say like, "All right, guys, listen. This is what I think it's a decision.
Of course it
all
is.
of these other people involved.
I
But
think
we
it
do-
was,
we-
it was Trump and his advisors.
But we do.
I don't think it was one
We do
person.
understand. We do understand
Right.
that this. You're more advanced on this, Jim. So please weigh in when I step all over myself on this. But President
need to
Bush,
confirm the
President Bush, President Obama.
Yeah.
Both of them knew this general was a problem.
Oh, this is
but
no secret.
Since Iran,
Yeah.
since
No
the
secret.
hostages.
Absolutely. So they passed on taking care of this guy, and he was getting more and more cocky and getting
Listen, you leave this guy alone, we won't take your embassy anymore, or we won't, kill your contractors when they're here. Oh, that sounds like a fair deal. All right, we'll keep the peace. We don't need any trouble with Iran.
And by the way, here's a couple $1 billion too.
Yeah.
By the way,
A pallet full.
Are you trying to make me sick? What kind of politics is that? Oh, that's right. That happened.
Bro.
no, that's
It's
reality.
I almost see that as being a Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh.
With the pallets of money and Nicolas Cage being like the good guy, being like, we're not delivering this money.
Right.
Drops it out with the freaking, and the money goes all over the city,
Look, I think this gets lost a little bit, and I know that this is very touchy, but here's the bottom line to me when it comes to a country like Iran. They are a religion-first country.
Yes.
I have a problem with that because their particular religion is pretty violent.
And they hate us.
And very intolerant.
Do they really
and
hate
what
us?
I found ironic was I saw that this Hollywood wannabe, whoever she is, wrote this Dear Iran letter. And what I find really funny is in Iran, she would be told to shut up.
Shut up.
She would be
She might have
scarfed
been
up.
stoned.
She'd probably be stoned or whipped or whatever they do over there when they're
Certainly
not
raped.
when they're not busy being stuck in the year 632.
Yes.
Look, and it's not wrong for me to have these opinions. I've seen videos of them throwing homosexuals off the top of buildings.
But
Do we do
meanwhile-
that here?
but meanwhile-
Are you really on their side? Really? Really?
Meanwhile,
Wow.
meanwhile,
What on
people in
earth?
Hollywood are backing them. All these homosexuals here are like,
Yeah.
I thought you
and,
shouldn't
and
do
don't
that.
and don't tell me the government's not aware of it over there.
But
What's
by
going
the way,
on?
that
Of
by,
course they
by the
are.
way, that actress was Rose McGowan. If
Why-
anyone,
nameless as far as I'm concerned.
I
As far as
never
I'm
knew who she
concerned,
was
whatever.
Before or after she said.
Yeah, she's already a fart in the wind. It's gone.
I thought she was from the
You know,
Titanic.
just the
No.
annoyance,
Could've been.
turbulence is still hanging around.
well, I'll tell you what.
You know.
I will say this: if you put something in writing, like in Twitter, against this country or against our leader,
Yeah.
you should go. You should be in some serious trouble.
I consider it pretty damn treasonous.
I agree.
But maybe that's me. I don't know.
I think if you put a bounty on
I gotta-
someone's head,
Listen,
on
can
it,
I be honest?
there's crazy people out there.
And you know what? And this proves that politics. I don't side with the Jets or the Giants. I side with what I feel is right. And here's the bottom line: if Obama had done something to make an aggressive move towards Iran, I would have backed him. It doesn't matter what his party is. He's my president. What the heck is wrong with you people? Get off your keyboard. Next.
Wow.
I'm serious. Next.
And now you see why this is not
What's
a
wrong
political
with you
show.
guys, man? This is not a PG.
A political show.
No, it's it would be over pretty quick. I'll tell
pretty
you that.
funny.
It would be over pretty damn quick. I can't tolerate it. It's
You
like
picture
stop.
a political show with
With
Stop.
the Farrow talking politics
But I'm
with
not
Jimmy
aligned
Farrow.
to anyone. I'm just
Wait a
aligned to
minute.
common sense.
That's a new show. Talking politics with Jimmy Farrow.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Who's my first caller? Ra from Rahway? Rahway, New Jersey? I don't need it. I don't want it. No, thank you. But you know what else we don't need? We don't need Hollywood wannabes getting on the keyboard writing "Dear Iran" letters. It's.
So let's quickly go
Sickening.
over
Anyway, sickening.
some of the events that are coming up on Monty and the Pharaoh. We've got a special Saturday edition on January 11th. It's early for you, Pharaoh.
Yeah,
9 to 11.
Jim, we gotta,
That's in 2 days.
Jim,
It's in 2
Jim,
days.
you here? We got to get up
Oh,
early.
can we wish my daughter a happy
Absolutely.
birthday? I'm sure she's watching right now.
Absolutely. Happy
My daughter's
birthday,
30
kiddo.
years old today.
Nice.
And she's getting married in 4 months.
Oh, wow.
I gotta tell you, I saw the pictures. Very good-looking young lady.
Well, thank you.
What Jim makes? It's Jim's genetics.
Jim makes
what are we
some-
talking
Jim makes
here?
some decent-looking women.
Jim's
That's for
not
sure.
good in produce. I can't. I can't make a single thing other than
Peanut butter and jelly.
You can make peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, you know
Do you
what?
cut the crust?
You know what was hilarious when I was doing security this past summer? The guy asked me to tie a knot. I'm like,
That's not my job description.
Oh, dude, I'm legendary now for it. He calls me up. Have you learned to tie the knot yet? I'm like, no. He's like, all right, let me know when you do. I'm like, what the hell? I was really.
Anyway, we got the ECW Hardcore reunion. Shane Douglas, Just Incredible, and your favorite, the Sandman.
Bang. Yeah. I'm
So
very
we're gonna
psyched
do
about
a double interview with Shane and Just Incredible, and I'm thinking about, I don't know your thoughts, maybe we will have a little hit it quit it with those two
it.
gentlemen.
Shane and Just Incredible.
Yeah, what do you
Shane's
think?
a good sport, and Just Incredible will probably find it hilarious. So,
And then Sandman on his own. Sandman is
Sandman's great.
He's a little bit of a freak.
He's great. Oh my God, what a legend! I can't wait to see him.
Friday, March 6th, WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts comes into Rockstar Studios.
With Snake?
I don't know, dude.
Rumors are flying.
I don't know.
With the snake.
He's probably going to come in with some drugs.
Would you stop? Oh my God! Save that one for when he gets here.
So?
No, he's not.
Oh, no, he's straight now, right?
He's done with that. Him and DDP are gonna come here and do yoga.
Best of friends.
That's right. Oy.
And then Saturday, March 7th, we have the exclusive, the Soul Patrol,
The Impossible.
Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas
The
in
impossible.
studio.
The impossible's happening.
It is the impossible.
It is.
This is the only time
this
these
is
two in the history
I know.
have ever been interviewed together.
This is nuts.
It is nuts.
I'm very psyched.
And
I'm
again,
very
I reiterate that these two gentlemen in the past have shown that they do not really get along.
so I can hide behind Rocky when Tony gets here.
Who's going to win that fight if it goes down?
I have no idea. I can't size that. I've met Tony, and I know that this much I don't want to fight Tony. So
Tony-
it's basically, I have to see how Rocky is in person.
Tony's a big dude.
Tony is a...
And right after that, Jim, you got a long day ahead of you. You've got Greg Gagne from the AWA, son of Vern Gagne, along with the Killer Bees in two separate interviews. And if history tells us, with the Pharaoh doesn't
Wait a minute,
really...
wait a second.
Backwards.
Hold on, I'm confused. Is this the same Greg Gagne who beat Yvonne Lendl at the U.S. Open?
There you go. Old tennis legs himself.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good old time with
Yeah,
Greg,
I'm
and we'll be doing a
You're
one-on-one.
going to have a good old time having fun with me and Greg, yeah.
And then March 7th, we will be at the big events at LaGuardia Hotel on Saturday with our guests, Tony Atlas and Sunny Beach.
Nice.
There may be an appearance by JJ Maguire. I haven't
would-
really confirmed that with
would
him
be
yet.
downright neighborly.
And if JJ's in town, he will participate in our shows on Friday and Saturday and our
Cool.
Thursday show.
Cool.
So, we'll be making our second appearance. And also, for fans out there, go to www.Monty and A&D the Pharaoh, and you could get your pre-sale tickets with photo ops and pictures with both Tony Atlas and Sunny Beach. And guess what? You could also get your pre-sales to get a picture with the Soul Patrol.
Oh, boy.
Are you going to get a picture with them?
We have to. We have to get a picture with them. It hasn't happened since the day, which was 35 years ago or something like that.
I want to remind everybody, all these shows and the Monty and the Pharaoh show are sponsored by different sponsors, but these particular events are sponsored by seatlinks.com.
Seats link.
Right.
Yeah, .com.
Where you can get
Good old
all your
Charles.
tickets needs.
That's right.
Have you ever gotten anything from SeatsLink?
Probably through you.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
you
have.
always do business with him. And I'm always sitting someplace awesome with lots of drinking and food. And
The best part about
Charles knows how to arrange a party for you. That is for sure.
You're 100% right. And that's
Thank
what
you,
that's what
Charles.
I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Charles is
It'd be
always
crazy not to call him. You're crazy. Last one, that last event we were at was insane. Go on.
Oh, but boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Feeding Pharaoh whiskey. Oh.
All right, look, we'll be right back after this commercial break. All right, well, back.
We are?
Yeah, you like that?
That was interesting. Go on.
And people are probably wondering, like, what the hell's
what was
going
that all
on?
about?
Well, you know what? Here's the deal.
Well,
We've got
It's
spot.
about progress.
Well, we've got. That's very good.
That's
It's
right.
progress.
It's about
And the
progress.
progress we're talking about is Monty and the Pharaoh decided to go on, along with Village Connection, onto regular podcast network where you just don't get to look at our beautiful faces and get to see us on YouTube. On channel 115 every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9 p.m. or Saturday from 6 a.m. to 6:30.
I set my alarm,
Yeah.
and I've got my Frosted Flakes Saturday morning. I am pumped.
Is your wife like, honey, why are you up so early?
My wife, unfortunately, is up before me. She's like, get up, you're going to miss your own show.
You're going to miss your own
Get the
show.
hell up. That's funny.
Well, it's funny. I usually work on Saturdays, but this Saturday I will be watching because we have our special show. But
There you go.
we're now on Anchor, Google Play, Beaker, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. And we're proud to announce most recently we've been picked up by a Fox affiliate, sportstalkchannel.com.
Nice.
And that will be starting. We'll be on Fridays from 4 to 5 p.m.
That's awesome.
So we've got all, we want to thank all the people that have backed us up. And
You
we
realize
wanna,
how cool that is during the summer when people are leaving work Fridays 4 to 5 and they're going to be able to tune in, and there we are. This is intense.
Can I tell you something that's
Jimbo, can I get a fist bump, Jimbo? Come on, man.
Can I tell you something
Nice,
that is
bro.
a little crazy? I almost enjoy listening to it without having the video behind it in some cases.
Interesting. From time to time, I will listen to just the audio, and it's fun. I have a fun time with it. It's cool.
Well, I want to thank all our sponsors out there, and
Yes.
I want to thank all the fans who follow us, and most of all, I'd like to thank our two bands, Aqua Cherry,
you
who
go.
Straight to the Top is the Monty and the Pharaoh theme song, and Wisteria Hall, who also, In My Dreams, is the end of every program, and I'm also sporting the Aqua Cherry shirt.
Oh, look at that.
Both these bands can be found on Spotify, Reverb Nation, YouTube. You can buy their music anywhere. You guys buy music anymore?
Good question. It's been a while, but I usually do. I usually go through Amazon when I purchase something, but that's me. I might want to round out my Iron Maiden CD collection.
My problem is I still have old iPods, and I had iTunes, and I used to download music on them.
Yeah.
But now iTunes is gone.
Yep.
When did that happen, by the way?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Jim.
And why did that happen?
When did it happen? How did it happen? Why did it
And why
happen?
did they ever shut down that Google version of Facebook? Because I think with all the bullshit in Facebook, with all the stuff in Facebook right now, they would
Who
be a good competitor with
Well,
that.
I agree.
Here's a question: Who filled the void of iTunes?
Everybody.
Yeah.
So you go to
There's not
Spotify.
one particular one?
You go to Spotify. I want to listen
Because
to this
usually when
band.
something ends, it's because something else, one particular
It was
thing
just,
came
it was just
bumped it off.
everything. It was common.
So
Like MySpace became, Facebook bumped MySpace.
I don't know if it's just you're super intelligent or you might be psychic or something, but
Whoa.
Okay, well,
here's a perfect situation. Why did the iPod go away or iTunes go away? Because no one wanted to carry a separate device
Wow.
to listen to music.
Interesting.
So when we talk about cable television, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays people don't, sooner or later cable's going to go away.
I agree.
This is why Village Connection
I agree.
is way ahead of its time because this is
I
where
agree.
people want to stream their
Yep.
television.
Yep, everything's
They want to
changing.
listen to their stuff.
Everything's
When they want to
changing.
listen, they want to jump around, and they get you've got Netflix.
In certain areas, we're right on schedule, we're right on time. Sometimes we talk about, where we arrived in the game.
Yeah.
I think that in certain ways, we're right on time with a lot of stuff.
Well, I'm going to make a statement that really pisses me
By
off, right?
cable.
We are a little late. I always say, we have this discussion. I'm like, we're a little late to the game. Here's the thing, though. I'm starting to watch all
made up
these
for it,
other
though. We made up for
all
it.
these other podcasters.
Okay.
Now now they want to do their shows from a desk and do like an interview style like us.
I wonder where that
they
came
want to
from.
have rolling credits.
Right.
They
Right.
want to
I wonder where
have
that came
music.
from. I
They don't
wonder,
want to
yeah.
do just stupid ass shoot interviews, right? It's the game is changing, and I got to tell you,
Yeah, I wonder what the...
hey, look,
yeah.
I don't. Maybe I won't say it, but it's.
Look, I can safely say in the tri-state area, the game changed in the wrestling podcast business, and how you doing there, Mike?
Hey, we got bigger things
You
coming
can-
too,
How you
bro.
doing there, Jimbo? You can
Yep,
basically
yep.
leave it at that, and if you don't like it, well,
I will probably
stand on
make
your
an
head and spit
announcement.
nickels.
I am working on right now doing a live show from
Okay.
another place where Village will stream in, and we're
Okay.
going to try to do like a live audience show.
Okay.
So we're looking to do that this year. Let's see how it works out. This thing's very, it's very iffy and it's very up and down, and
Always thinking.
it's
always-
pro
always
wrestling.
Planning.
All right, let's talk a little wrestling, all right?
All
Let's open
right.
up with NWA Power. Scott Steiner makes his return.
It's
to-
hilarious. Yeah, he showed up in NWA Power, obviously. It's hilarious. I didn't even put this on the run sheet, but I was aware of this. I wasn't even sure if you cared that Scott Steiner made an appearance. Are we excited? I'm not sure what to...
Are you excited?
No, there's something about NWA Power that is suddenly losing my interest.
Yeah, you said that the last couple of weeks.
Why should I go nuts for Scott Steiner showing up? This is not 1999. This isn't even 2005 when he had that horrendous program with Triple H.
Well,
why am I?
I think just
do I love Scott Steiner the character?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
He's awesome. He's one of my all-time faves. I love the guy, but what's going to be the end result of him showing up in NWA?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
But they need bodies.
This is true. But
And
really, I mean, can't find some independent stud.
well, I think that might be the problem. I think these companies, they can't. Well, this is the problem with wrestling. Wrestling fans, this is the problem. There are no new stars out there, and they can't make new stars.
They criticize Vince for keeping it safe, like having Lesnar and Mysterio recently. Well, this is as safe as it comes. Let's bring in Scott Steiner.
Yeah, but you're bringing a guy that clearly can't work anymore.
That's true,
right? He can't work
and that's
anymore.
not his fault. He's older now.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
So
I agree.
I don't know. And to be honest with you, he's not Scott Steiner anymore.
What do you mean by that?
Well, notice he came down with a long sleeve shirt on, right?
No,
When's the last time Scott Steiner didn't walk around with his shirt off?
I totally understand. If you hand him a mic, though, I'm sure he's still Scott Steiner.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the greatest
find
on the mic ever.
We'll find out.
He's nuts.
Bouncing to the WWE, your feelings about Brock Lesnar announces that he will take the #1 spot in the Royal Rumble.
Why did I love this?
I don't know. Tell
I
me.
absolutely loved this. Well, I think it's kind of a really, you know what, you could say what you want about creative, but they do hit home runs sometimes, and I think this is a home run because let's face it, there is no one right now to effectively fight Lesnar at the Royal Rumble one-on-one for his belt. I think this is brilliant that he put himself in the Rumble at the #1 spot.
You think he just wants to go home early and just wants to get knocked out right away?
No. I think that whatever he does in this Royal Rumble will lead to an altercation with someone else in this Royal Rumble, which will eventually lead to his match.
But you agree he's not winning the Rumble?
I don't know yet. I have to see what happens here. This could be very strange. Who knows what they're up to with this? That's what I like about this. I refuse to come up with a definitive formula as to what I think is going to happen yet, but
It's different.
I find this very interesting.
It's different.
I like it. I like it a lot. What I don't like is our next subject. Go ahead, Mike.
This is my favorite subject.
This is just
which I just don't even understand why they
I'd rather eat cement mix, but go on.
Lana forces a wedding, which leads to Lashley and Rusev to announce a match for next week where Liv Morgan and Lana will be in their respective corners.
Yeah, you got Liv Morgan and Rusev's corner. Yeah, you were right. This isn't going to end. And
told you that last week.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't.
This is going on for a long time.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to end. I just think it's terrible. Whatever. I think.
Dude, it's one of the most
What is so good about it?
All the wrestling fans are out. All the wrestling experts are like, everybody's saying about the rating. People like it. It's fun.
It's interesting to the mainstream audience, and that's why you're getting about a 500,000 jump when it's on, and that's fine. I'm not complaining about it.
This has everything you want in drama. Wait a minute, hold on.
It doesn't.
You got an interracial.
It has nothing I want.
You have an interracial
Oh,
marriage.
that's the first thing I ask for in a wrestling skit. Go on.
got
Give me an interracial angle.
lesbian
Go on.
action.
Oh, yeah, that's the second thing I ask for when I want a pro wrestling angle. Go on. Go on.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a pretty deep hole you're digging there.
That's
Go on.
it.
That's terrible. This is awful. And then Rusev. How am I supposed to even root for Rusev?
He jumped out of the cake.
That was pretty funny.
Come on,
That
dude.
was fun. Look, I told you on a funny level, it's so stupid, it's funny, but I can't. I really can't stop already with this.
The one thing you notice, they are leading, and I like the slow burn angle.
Okay.
Lashley tells Lana to shut up in the ring.
That was good. By the
and
way,
Lana has that bitch face on, like,
yeah.
like we
Was
all
that-
see from our wives on a regular basis, right?
What? On a semi-regular basis. Depends on
That's
the
if
day.
you actually hang around your wife and don't go away every weekend to independent
you're
wrestling
right.
shows while she sits at home.
Who the heck would do that?
I don't know. I have
That's
no
messed
idea.
up. See you later, honey. What the frig? She's at home cooking soup. He's out.
Why
he's out,
soup?
he's
Why
out-
can't she be cooking like?
He's out watching Gorm bars. That's all he gets is soup. He doesn't get anything else. He
Oh, I
doesn't
thought
get-
you were trying to claim she only can cook soup.
I thought you were going to say he comes home and looks like he goes, Tuna? What am I, a cat? Why can't I have a hot meal? I can't anymore. No. You know, I've never left anyone at home to go watch wrestling. What on earth? I'm not that bad. That's terrible.
You're a good husband. That's what I've been trying to tell people.
That's what you're trying to tell people? Mike's walking around convinced.
Tell everyone.
What is wrong with you?
Do you go to the bar? You leave your wife at home
No,
while you're
I
at
don't
the
go
bar
with-
hanging with your buds? How about you, Jim?
No.
No?
They don't let you smoke in
Do you-
bars
do you-
anymore.
do you-
I quit bars years
While your
ago.
wife's sleeping, do you go out carousing with another hot woman and hang out?
Nope.
No.
No. when
on
it's
earth?
Saturday night independent wrestling, do you leave her at home to go watch some independent wrestling?
Yeah.
You're not fit to go with me. What on earth?
Oh,
Those are grounds for divorce, bro.
Oh my God! This is
divorce.
terrible. You know what? Though you see those same people in the audience.
I
see
can't.
those same people in the audience every week. You know they got a pissed off woman at home. You see them every
Wait,
week.
wait,
What about
that
that
makes you
one
think
dude that looks like
Any of them got a woman.
What? Dude, there's
makes
this
you
one
think
guy
you
with
got a
long
woman?
hair. He looks like he was in Wasp. He's like every week.
Wasp?
Yeah, you see him every week in the shows, and it's like, dude, who's your chick? She must hate you.
for all you millennials out there, Wasp was an
Heavy metal.
80s band.
That's right. They wanted to be somebody.
There's people out there going, "Who?" Very good.
Wasp was awesome.
There's people out there. Wasp. Who the hell is
Oh, look them up.
Wasp?
They were cool. There's a couple of cool tunes from them.
You just lost the younger generation.
You just blew it.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Somehow I doubt that. I think the younger generation goes back to our music because their music is definitely lacking.
Way to go,
Go on.
Pally.
Well, they know it is. Go on. Holly Lincoln Park. Hey,
Lincoln Park. Who
I
are
love
they?
Lincoln Park. Oh,
Here's something that
another
bothered me.
Inspired band, unfortunately.
Monday night, Rey Mysterio and Andrade, in my opinion, had a 5-star match,
That was
and
awesome.
not one wrestling expert
Oh no!
went out of their way
Oh no!
to say this was the most
No.
incredible match.
How-
Not one person.
How dare you acknowledge their athleticism? They're only busy dealing with Vince McMahon's paychecks. They don't count. Their athleticism in the ring doesn't count. Their artistry doesn't count. Their awesome chemistry does not count. Orange Cassidy, he counts.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know how I know that match was
Pathetic.
good?
That was a great
My
match.
wife, who
By
hates-
the way, that sucked. They took the belt away from Ray. I thought he had it, and they pulled it away. Like,
you
I'm
can't give it
sorry.
back
All
to
of
him.
a sudden, the referee's like, I'm sorry. This time around, I'm actually going to enforce the rules that we never do. Win.
Oh, what? Speaking
the
about
hell?
wait, speaking about enforcing the rules, see,
Yeah.
you're being unfair there.
I
The
am.
WWE at least keeps realism in enforcing rules. AEW, you just do
tag.
whatever the fuck you want.
You do have to tag in WWE. This is true.
Yeah.
You do have to tag somebody.
And
in
you
tag
get a
team.
5 count.
This is true.
Right? AEW, you just do what you want. You run around like a
Well,
maniac.
yeah.
And the referee goes like this. Oh, what do
Right.
I do? I don't know.
Here comes my 72-pound women's champion.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out. She's 72 pounds.
72 pounds. Or how about this? The women's referee. I don't know why I can't stop these guys from tagging in and out AEW.
Yeah, well, you know, they're 300 pounds and you're 100.
But you know, I know that
Right.
match was great. My wife, who hates professional wrestling, sat there and watched that match. You
You
know what
like
she
that,
said?
huh? That was awful?
No, she said that's a 5-star match.
Wow! Get a
I
load
thought
of
she said
Donna knows what she's
thanks-
she knows what she's looking
Thanks
at.
for the $20.
Thanks for the
For making me
20
watch this.
bucks. Oh my God, you paid her to watch the match?
She's like, honey, I've
messed
seen
up.
many matches in my life.
But this was the final.
This was
get
a
this.
5-star match.
That was a great match.
This was as good as Flair Steamboat. That's what she said to
Would
me.
you stop?
She
did not.
said
She
it.
doesn't even know who Steamboat is. Now I know you're full of shit.
And then
Get
he
out
woke
of
up, And then he
here.
woke up.
I mean, what's next? She complained about the PWI 500.
Speaking of Ric Flair
Yeah.
against Ricky Steamboat,
Okay.
this brings us
one of
to
the
our,
greatest matches ever.
right?
In my top 3.
This brings us to our favorite part
My
of the
top-
show,
oh, yeah,
the
it does.
Evan Ginsberg rant of the week. Oh, I love
Are
that
they done?
sound.
Are they done yelling and
Are they done?
ranting? And
All right.
What?
The idea behind this, fans, is this: Evan
It's
Ginsberg, the
go
associate
nuts.
producer for 350 days, which you could get from Amazon.
That's right.
You could buy on DVD,
That's right.
and also the associate producer for one of my favorite movies, as many others, and that not just because it's a wrestling film.
Oh, it's so
The
great.
Wrestler. It's an incredible movie.
It's a masterpiece.
Evan used to have a show here on Village Connection Radio,
right.
and we consider him the hidden gem of professional
Is
wrestling.
he hidden? I don't
That
think
got
he's
away
hidden.
from us.
That got away from us.
What? He's not hidden.
But anyway, the one great thing about Evan is Evan has a lot of thoughts about professional wrestling, politics, religion, and overall life. But since it's a professional wrestling show,
Yeah.
I always love
Thank
taking
you.
Evan's comments from professional wrestling. So
Yeah,
the
leave the
idea
politics
behind
out.
it is I'm going to read this comment,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask both of you to weigh in on it, whether
Hey.
good, bad, or indifferent. Are you ready?
Okay.
What's with all the fanboys fixated on Chris Jericho's waistline? There's a ton of charisma challenged wrestlers with 6-packs of abs. Meanwhile, Chris is great and on top. Don't buy into Vince's body beautiful propaganda.
It's Vince. It's always Vince.
I'd like to weigh in on that.
Go ahead.
Why is this guy's body bothering him so much?
It's not bothering him. What's bothering him
wants
is
to know
that
why
the
people
wrestling fans are going,
Criticizing.
Put a shirt on.
Older.
because
So-
Chris kind of looks like me.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
he
the fans
doesn't.
are
He
saying
doesn't
put a
look
shirt
like
on.
you. What are you talking about? You have an alien double hernia. He does not have an alien double hernia.
Wow, can you get some kayfabe here? Holy shit.
man, holy
Wow, I got to call out my alien. Jesus.
That was unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
So do you feel that a wrestler as an advanced age as Chris Jericho should maybe put his shirt on?
No.
Listen, what's his name from the Hood haven't put his shirt on?
What's his name? Daltrey? Roger Daltrey?
I think at 80 maybe you should.
He's still 80 years old
He
with no
looks
shirt
great.
on.
He looks great.
You know, it's
You
funny.
know who should put their shirt on? Iggy Pop. Bro,
Yeah, but
stop
he never
already.
looked good.
He's still... No, he
Bro,
never
he's
did.
never looked
Well,
good.
he was always in shape, but now it's really scary.
He's
It's
never
like,
looked
dude,
good.
what are you doing? Stop. Please stop. But hey, he's Iggy Pop, so, you know.
All right, we're going to continue this
Can I-
conversation after we take this short commercial break. All right, we're back. Iggy Pop.
Look, I got no issue with Jericho's pictures. Is he aging? Of course he's aging. Do I think people should be going off on him? You know what? Shut up. Leave the guy alone. Whatever, man. That's how I feel about it. But if that's what people makes you feel better to knock
Wait,
someone down.
you got a-
Here with,
you got a phone call.
Monty and the Pharaoh. Can I help you? I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Dan Romano.
Oh, it's Dan Romano.
Holy crap!
What's up, buddy?
Holy cow.
Dan, are you at work right now? Where are you, bro?
I'm always at work. When am I not at work?
You're always at work. What's going
I
on?
live at this place. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing fine. What's
You
happening?
guys got a phenomenal show going on right now.
Thank you.
As
Thank
always,
you.
Thank Dan.
I love when you guys go head to head when you have two different. Let me just lower my thing. I love when you guys go head to head when you have two different opinions.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love it. I think it's awesome.
But we appreciate that. So, Dan, what have you been doing with yourself?
Well, I'm hoping that we can, maybe make it. It's up to Jim. Are we allowed to make an announcement on the show?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, I want to make sure it's okay with Jimmy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's okay with me. We figured no better place to announce it. Let's get a little drum roll here.
There's no better place to announce it than Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast.
Go ahead there,
Well,
Mr.
guys,
Romano.
I reached out to Jim Savelli and Monty and the Pharaoh, and I hope that's okay to say.
Absolutely.
And I asked them if we can do a collaboration where the Dan Romano Show can be the new home at Village Connection Radio.
And what did Jim say, Dan?
And Jim said, if I understood correctly, yes.
All right! Woo!
And you heard it here.
To announce this, and I want to thank Jim and everybody who was part of the decision.
Everyone.
From the bottom of my heart to say thank you. And I plan to make. I hope it's okay for me to say this, but my goal is to bring Village Connection Radio to the next level, if they allow me to.
Yeah, man. Let's go. We're riding. Let's go.
Well, I am very honored, Jim and everybody who helped make the decision. I want to thank you guys, because the Dan Romano Show was on hiatus for a little bit of a while, and the decision where to go was very, it was complicated, and Jim opened up his arms and his heart, and he allowed me a platform to continue the show with Jim. I am very, very thankful.
We are looking forward to it, bro.
Me too, brother, and I hope I could meet your guys' standards.
Oh, you'll have no problem. That was Jimmy Farrow. That was Mike Monty laughing, not me.
I got you. I bet I do. I'm gonna be fucking hitting it out of the park. I hope I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It's actually a cable show, but they can bleep
Oh,
that
don't
one.
worry. We take care of censoring. No problem.
I got you, and I got some great ideas, great plans, and I want to grow Village. Listen. This is a pot joke. I want to plant Village Connection Radio like a seed. I'm gonna grow the motherfucker into a plant, and we're all gonna smoke the motherfucker. And if you guys are good with that, I'm gonna be good with that too.
Well, we're looking forward to having you, Dan, and we can't wait to have you in studio. Thursday nights have just gotten better.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much.
What I would like, if it's acceptable, if it's okay, Jim, I would like Monty and the Pharaoh Pharaoh to be my first guest on the show?
Well, that's up to them.
Well, I'm asking them.
Pharaoh,
What say you?
well, you're the
If
boss.
you guys are available, I would love you guys to be part of the show.
Well, after I get over the fact that hell just froze over.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, you know it's good, bro. You know it's good.
We'll see you on your first show.
Collaboration with all of us, with Jim in the background, would be a fucking firebomb.
Awesome, bro. All right, man. We're gonna let you go. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
All right, brother.
And, keep knocking that at the park.
All right, man. Have a good one.
God bless. Thank you.
Wow, that was a surprise.
That was a surprise.
Did you know he was coming over here?
Hell is frozen.
Did I know he was coming
Yeah,
over?
you told. Remember?
Huh?
Did you do that thing with my voice again?
What?
When you made believe you were me.
First of all, you know that I'm the guy who does your voice.
Did you call Dan?
Did you
and
call
tell
Dan?
Second
him?
of all, you know that he would be the one to call me and say, Pharaoh, I got a job for you. Third of all, I went, yo, what's up, Dan? What's up, bro?
Well, anyway, think about Thursdays now. You got
Thursdays just got a little deeper.
Miller and a rock star opens up Thursday.
Nice.
Then you got two plumbers talking
Nice.
shit that come on. That show's off the hook.
It's crazy.
Monty DeFaro, Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast.
You know about us.
Then going to Long Island's #1 R-rated show, the Dan Romano.
Damn.
This is insane.
Thursday nights could become
It's
hot.
insane. Serious.
It's insane.
All right, man.
All right,
so
let-
we got a couple of beeps to put in there. I'm sorry.
We're all good, man.
Dude, no problem, man.
To finish up the
problem.
whole shirt thing.
Yeah?
Do you believe in the Vince McMahon bodybuilder?
Well, everybody, I do understand that Vince McMahon was the guy who basically, that's his deal. He likes and prefers you to look like an Adonis statue. And I have no issue with that. I understand why he does that.
Did
but-
Hulk Hogan ever have six-pack abs?
yeah, Hogan was a.
I don't know if he had six packs.
He was so cut though.
He
But I'll
So-
tell you, Hogan at age 60-something still looks pretty
Yeah,
damn
But you
good.
can't
does.
tell me that Vince never recognized the worth of guys who aren't built like Hogan.
Listen,
Otherwise, we wouldn't have had so
I
many
don't
other
think
guys
I
that aren't
really
built like Hulk Hogan.
I
There's
really
plenty.
don't think Jericho looks that bad. I got to be honest.
I think he
with
looks
you.
fine.
Listen,
I love Jericho.
I don't know if you guys
Who's
have
that
ever.
critical?
We've discussed this before. You ever see Balboa, Rocky Balboa?
Yep.
It's
I
like
love that
right
movie.
before Creed.
What a great movie.
Balboa, I mean Stallone is in great shape in that movie, but you know what? Time gets you.
Right.
He's got old man's body.
Have you ever
It's-
seen-
You know that you go from body, from skinny kid or whatever you are, to body, to dad body, to old man body.
And I just
Because,
don't.
you know,
And I just don't agree with people who generalize. Did you ever see that YouTube video of a young boxer? He's a young guy getting the shit knocked out of him by like a 75-year-old guy who boxed his whole life. This guy knocks the crap out of him. You know what's that supposed to be?
Oh no, it's just thinking about old man body. I'm sorry.
Old man body? That arm isn't old, I'll tell you that. What the?
It matches my alien that you revealed.
Oh, would you stop? Oh my God! Why are you not getting that fixed?
Anybody, we want to thank
It's-
Evan Ginsberg, associate producer for 350 Days, and the wrestler. And Evan is quite the gentleman, and we always appreciate him. And I hope he doesn't take it too seriously. I do.
Does he
enjoy
like
him.
these rants? What do you think?
I believe he loves them.
You believe he
think he
loves
likes
them?
I think he
As
loves
long as
them.
he likes them.
They're not
Like,
insulting.
No, they're not insulting.
Me and Evan do not see eye to eye on half the stuff we talk about.
Well, at least you leave politics out of this. Good God, please.
Well, you know, but
Oh,
you know
my
what?
Lord.
Like I said, I'm always happy to have kind, friendly banter. It's
Yes.
okay
Till you get blocked.
until you get blocked.
banter.
Until he blocks you.
Until you what?
Until he blocks you.
Hey.
Anyway, Mojo Riley looks at Rowan's cage and gets scared while he's wearing his Brutus the Barber beefcake outfit.
Is that what he was wearing?
Did you see that
I
mess?
didn't even realize that. That's hilarious.
Thoughts on that? What's in the cage?
Yeah, I don't know. What
Is Evan in the cage?
Do you think Evan's not in the cage? Do you think what? Do you think Hornswoggle's in that cage?
I don't know.
Are we gonna have another
Marco
Hornswoggle?
Stunt might be in the cage.
Marco Stunt is in the cage.
Anybody from AEW could be in the cage.
Let me out.
Help me! I'm a wrestler.
Your double hernia could take him.
Oh wow! Look at this bastard. Really
Don't
hate
worry, you've got about 10 more on me anyway.
I'm
You
hating
know?
you today.
For every one shot I take, you get like 30. Go
Wait
on.
till Ganya's in here.
I
dude.
know.
Just
I know
wait.
already. We're gonna have tennis
Fuck
rackets.
that! I'm waiting
We're
to
gonna have-
Saturday. I'm gonna say tell
What's that?
Sandman you're talking shit about him.
What?
Okay, why not?
I love Sandman.
It's all about.
Would you get
Sandman's
outta
not
here?
gonna know the difference.
That's true. That's true.
AEW signed Billy Gunn's son.
You want to give us
Austin
a promo?
Gunn.
Who are you? I just interviewed you. Who? Go on. What are you talking about now?
Billy Gunn's son, Austin Gunn, gets signed to AEW.
Have you
Thoughts
seen
on
him?
that?
I haven't even seen the kid. What is it? Does he look like his dad? I know nothing about
Yeah, he
this.
kind of looks like his dad.
All right, any thoughts on that?
I guess, they're
Did
trying
I see
second gen.
Lanny on AEW?
Oh, you did? Yes, you did.
I did see Lanny on AEW.
They
What's
gave respect to his father,
Okay. That was cool. Lanny
Angelo
makes an appearance.
Papa.
Lanny makes an appearance.
And I think, again, for someone, look, Lanny's been on the show twice. He's called in.
He was even on 5 Minutes with the Pharaoh.
Right? He's a
big supporter, good
he's
friend.
a good guy. And, I think about him a lot because he's kind of alone in some cases, right?
Well, I'm
he's
glad he
lost
got-
his brother, his mom, his dad.
I'm
right?
glad he got. Oh, by the way, I have to mention this because it's on the subject of Lanny.
Does have grandchild, though.
You remember when Lanny was advising Macho what to do with his voice in the early days? Well,
Yes.
Pampiro Firpo has passed away.
I saw that.
89 years old, and he was the one that Lanny used as the example to Macho to change his voice and go, "Oh yeah," and all those other cool.
Isn't that
things.
funny when
I
you-
never forgot that when Lanny told
right,
that.
and then when you see
So
him,
cool.
you instantly think about Lanny. When I saw that,
Right.
I thought exactly
I
about
thought
Lanny.
about Lanny and Randy right away, And by the way, Mr. Firpo had a pretty decent career, very, very quietly.
And he got-
before we were aware of him, obviously.
And he got to
quietly
live in
us.
and he got to live in Hawaii, right?
Yes, he was an NWA Hawaiian champion. He was Puerto Rican champion. He did some things.
Can you do a Furpo?
You are watching
Jesus.
#1 station. Oh, yeah.
The Dark
That's
Order.
for you, Lanny.
The Dark Order does a video hinting Matt Hardy is going to come to AEW.
Dude, why do I hate the Dark Order? Why are they so super cheesy?
Here's what I want to understand.
What is
why
it?
are the pro wrestling experts not going, why do you keep not bringing in and making new talent?
Right. Here comes Matt Hardy.
Yeah, it's like, what the f-
They do this all. AEW is a bunch of retreads, and they think it's original. Whatever, man. NWA, same thing.
Moxley
Retread.
swerves the crowd this Wednesday, right?
I like
Swerves
that.
Jericho.
I actually enjoyed that, and he bashed Jericho over the head with a bit of the bubbly. I thought that was cool. Have we seen it before? Sure, we have.
So
but I still liked it.
So in an organization that doesn't have a lot of wrestlers,
Yeah.
you have a match between Jericho and Jungle Boy. You kind of allow Jungle Boy to really, he hangs
shine
in
a
there for a
little?
long
Oh,
time.
okay.
And it's over.
Right.
Now we move on to Moxley. That quick? With an organization that
Yeah.
has no wrestlers.
They have some.
Can't you extend it a little bit? Maybe.
What did you want to extend, Jericho? And
So
Jungle Boy?
I'll use a shining
No,
example for you younger wrestling fans out there. Back in the early 80s,
Okay.
Roddy Piper,
Yeah.
Piper's Pit.
Yeah.
He attacks Jimmy Snuka, the infamous coconut
Sure.
Piper's Pit, which everybody should know.
Yeah.
Later on comes the cousin or nephew of Jimmy Snuka,
Okay.
the Tonga Kid.
Correct.
The Tonga Kid wants to get redemption against Roddy Piper.
Okay.
But Roddy makes him have to go through the executioner, and then he does, and then Roddy gives him a match on regular wrestling,
Okay.
and it ends up being, the Tonga Kid ends up
Tie this-
shining.
Tie this into Jericho. Are you
Well,
just saying that they?
he ends up shining, and then guess what? Before you know it, they're main eventing Madison Square
But that was
Garden.
a Family Line story. What are you going to do here with Jungle Boy and?
Because you're trying to build Jungle Boy, right?
Are they really though, or did they just serve him?
obviously
up
not.
And let him shine a little bit. For
So then why even bother? That's my
I
point.
don't know.
Build your young stars.
Right.
You're already so anxious to get into the Moxley angle. It's like, let the Jungle Boy thing ferment a little bit.
I honestly don't think they give Jungle
the big
Boy
words
too
I'm
much-
using,
too
ferment?
much-
Not
yeah.
bad.
I don't
I'm
think
hot
they-
today.
I don't think they are really that concerned with pushing Jungle Boy much right now. They're more concerned with making sure guys like Adam Page advance, et cetera, et cetera. So, it is what it is.
And you're not a Jungle Boy. Obviously, you're not because if you were
It's
a Jungle
okay.
Boy fan, you'd be like, "Hey!"
I'm not a Jungle Boy fan. I'm just not.
So you think, why even bother?
By the way, can I say this though?
Sure.
I think that the Lucha Brothers at Phoenix. Oh my God, that guy is amazing in the ring. I'm sorry, they are amazing wrestlers. I enjoyed the tag match this week.
Did you really enjoy it?
Yeah, I love
Jumping around,
I love
doing their
Pentagon.
stupid
Dude,
spot
he did
matches.
one move that I actually jumped out of my chair. I was like, "Are you effing
You
kidding?"
jumped out of your
I
chair.
did!
You jumped out of your chair.
Dude, Total Wrestling Mark Nerd.
What a loser.
What? Yeah. See, we're even.
What does your wife?
We're even.
What does your wife?
We're even.
What does your wife say to you, honey? Why you don't jump out of bed that fast?
I'm watching wrestling at 3 a.m, writing our show. My wife is fast asleep. Are you kidding? I can't watch wrestling during regular daylight
When you write our
hours. I have to
show,
watch
when you
it
write our shows, are you on Pornhub too at the same time?
No, I'm not on Pornhub. That is not my number
Are you
one.
like,
That is not my number one
Strip-on?
go-to skin channel. What's wrong with you?
What is your number one
I
skin
don't
channel?
have one. It was a joke. I'm trying to figure it out. Let me think about it. www.cornhole.com. I don't freaking know.
Anyway, by the way, we knocked off this sports network of the week.
There we go. Yeah. www.greekme.com. Yeah.
By the way, we're going to take a brief break
Oh, we are.
to recognize one of our sponsors. All right, we're back. Anyway, Drew McIntyre turning face. What are you thinking?
I actually really liked that spot this
Dude,
week.
wait, let's go back to that
I
one.
enjoyed that.
What was the move that got you all crazy, that made you jump out of your chair?
He did.
You got it. You
Boy,
Jim's got to know.
He did something that involved the ropes to the stairs to swing somebody by their head and then somehow still landing on his feet. It was just absolutely
You
insane.
got me at hello.
It was a well, I know you. You go nuts for wrestling, especially guys in tights. It just gets you all sorts of gee willikard. But gee willikard.
But you don't,
Wow.
and you're not even that. But you didn't get crazy over the Mysterio Andrade.
I told
match.
you I did. I
Did
said
you
that
jump
was
out of your
fantastic.
chair?
I did when they took the belt back. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't matter. And I wasn't even rooting for Mysterio. I was appalled that 9 out of 10 times there's no rules, but this time
How
there
hot
was.
is Vega, dude?
Oh, fantastic.
Smoke it.
Fantastic.
All right, back to McIntyre turning face. Good
Loved
move.
it. Loved it. I think it's great. By the way, he interacted with the crowd. Fantastic. Good job by him as a face for the first time.
He's
really,
advancing.
Please pull the trigger with this guy, please. You know, I mean, come on. You said it to me. You want to see it. You want to see Drew McIntyre legitimized and fighting Brock.
And you could believe it too. I don't know if they'll give him the belt, but you know what? Give an extended program
Dude,
with that.
please put the belt on this guy at some point. You did not bring him back here to not put the strap on him. You know.
How do you like in this Mandy Rose Otis angle?
Well, you know,
Otis
he was
upset?
really upset because Ziggler stepped on Mama's cake. You know, what did I write in the original draft? Wah.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm like,
Really?
Yeah, I don't care.
You know what I care about?
Mandy.
Mandy.
That makes sense.
Mandy.
That
Did you
makes
notice she
sense.
went to brunette? Did you see pictures with her
Wait
brunette
a minute,
hair?
Jimbo. Mandy Rose went brunette. Let me see this. I'll be right back, folks. Stay with me. Okay. That works. That's fine. Yep, that's fine.
Why she has Jim's approval?
That's fine.
The odd thing is
Mandy's-
she went. It looks like then she went back to blonde again.
She did?
You know, I tell you what.
You know
Mandy
what? She
Rose
can
could
be
put a
redheaded.
bit.
What does it matter?
She could
What
shave her
does
head.
matter?
It doesn't matter.
She's like Eva Marie territory. Don't get mad. I'm not comparing Mandy. I'm just saying, but doesn't
Listen,
matter what
I
the
think
hair
she's
color
way
is.
beyond Eva Marie, dude.
Eva Marie, really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
gotta
They're
go.
in the same hemisphere, aren't
they're in
they?
the same
Come
hemisphere.
on, you know. Okay, Eva Marie, Mandy, barely. Come on.
Who is the hottest of all women that you've seen, whether it be movies or anything else?
What?
Who is the most beautiful woman you've ever laid eyes on that you were just
Oh, my
flabbergasted?
Lord. You don't normally get these answers from me. Let me think about this one for a minute. You know who I was always very impressed with?
Who?
It goes back to the 60s, though.
Who?
Raquel Welch.
Like, it's not a bad. That's not a bad.
Very
That's not a
impressed
bad.
with Raquel
Jim,
Welch.
who is the
Tell
one?
me the
that-
question again.
The most beautiful
The
woman.
most
if
beautiful
you had to
woman you
pick
ever
the most
lied,
beautiful
yeah,
woman,
I've
not including your
ever
wife,
seen.
obviously.
And look,
You
we
know.
all know your wife is beautiful, but don't give me that
obviously.
shit. You just can't go there. It's,
Obviously.
I'm gonna have to go with and you guys are gonna call me a suck ass for this because you
What?
won't let me say my wife. I'm
Right,
gonna have to
you
go with
can't-
my mom. I'm gonna have to go with my mother-in-law.
What a suck ass.
Other than my
insane.
mom, you know, like
Come on, dude. Give us a
She is
celebrity.
by far.
Can we have
all
a
right,
celebrity?
no family members. Let's
No
make some
family
rules.
No
members.
family
Let's make some
members.
rules.
And no
Okay.
no
I'm
household
gonna have
pets.
to go with the first lady.
The
The first lady.
This one. The
Melania
one that
Trump.
said,
Really?
You know
Yes.
what? There's nothing wrong with
5
that.
languages.
There's
I
nothing-
mean, she's the
She
first lady.
Wait a second. She speaks
Yes.
5
Very
languages.
intelligent.
And they make
Yes.
her out to be...
She did pornos in 5 different countries, bro. She had to speak different
She
languages.
did what in 5 different countries?
See, I can start trouble.
You caught it when you were writing our script. What are you talking about?
I wrote the scripts for her 5 different
No,
films?
while you were writing the script, you caught her.
I was watching her in her 5 different international...
Can I
That's
name
nice.
my most beautiful woman that I've ever seen? Mandy Rose.
I thought you were going to
Gee,
say...
that was a shocker. Wait.
Wait a minute!
Mandy
I'm calling
Rose.
Alexa. I'm calling Alexa.
Bro, I
Hold on
don't
a
even
second.
believe
Who?
the treasonous things I'm
what?
hearing.
Who? Alexa?
Alexa Bliss?
This is like
This
treasonous.
is
Who?
terrible. It's this
I
guy.
can't even believe what I'm hearing. bro.
Alexa?
Awful.
Who's Alexa?
Awful.
I
Alexa
really hope
Bliss.
to God that this is the fifth time
Height
that
is a
she
snare
decides to
drum.
watch
You don't
his
remember
show.
Alexa Bliss? What is going on here?
I hope.
Listen,
This is awful.
Larry Mormon could keep her.
What
all
a
right? I'm
turncoat.
done.
She
with-
doesn't want Larry Mormon.
I know she
What are you
doesn't. Who
talking
wants
about?
Larry Mormon?
Well, come on.
Larry Mormon doesn't even want Larry
He
Mormon.
doesn't? I'm
No.
very confused. I thought he had a belt of himself.
Larry Mormon's hand rejected him.
I'm done with you.
I'm done with you. I'm out of here.
I'm done. I'm leaving. Wait a minute. Where are you going?
I'm out of here.
Hand starts dragging.
Wait a minute.
Tell me again what it was like to be on that affiliate.
What was that?
Tell me again what it was like to be on that affiliate.
You know,
that we
it
used
was
to be on.
short,
very
sweet. It was short, sweet.
Short and over.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
The Miz turns heel.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Thought it was great.
Yeah.
Thought it was great. Yeah, and I love when Kofi gets beat down anyway.
Anytime Kofi gets his ass kicked,
dude,
I
can
totally
hate
agree.
Somebody, if they beat down Kofi, I'm like, yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really hate Kofi.
Can't stand Kofi
I hate that
Kingston.
guy. I hate
can't-
everything about him.
His gimmick, his aura,
His sunken
his chest. What the? Come
Look
on.
at you body shaming again.
Excellent wrestler, though. He's excellent. He is. He's an excellent
Screw
wrestler.
that guy.
You know, and the fans like him, so fuck me.
I don't like him.
I can deal with it.
Big Show makes his return.
You know, it's funny. Is it just me, or did you like? Okay, in general, if we had not hung with Big Show a little bit at the Jet game a couple of weeks back,
I knew you were
you
gonna
know what
say
I mean? Like when he came out, I'm like hoping, like maybe CM Punk with Joe and Kevin. Like these crazy thoughts going in my head.
Right.
Wow, who's this guy? And then it's Big Show. Well, it's the Big Show. I'm like, is he gonna turn heel right in the middle of it?
But you know what? You know what's funny?
He looks great though.
On a regular basis, we would have been like, "This is shit."
Right.
Right.
But we hung
now
out.
we hung out with him.
No.
Hey, it's a Big Show. Get out.
Yeah, and, hey, nice jersey, Big Show. Yeah, Jets, baby.
Is that what happened with Alexa and Mandy? You hung out with Mandy one time.
Mandy
you
was
forgot all about
hanging out
Alexa?
with him. I got
Now
stuck
Alexa's
with the...
gone.
Listen,
Wow.
Mandy's cool, man. I mean, that was the first. We get to the event, and boom, you're hanging out with Mandy. I'm like, what happened here? I'm like, wow. And then Jim calls me. Oh, is she hanging out with Mandy? That rat.
Jim at that moment was like, I should have went to the.
Did you
Jet
call
game.
Alexa? You should have called Alexa.
Believe me,
This
I
is
put
bad.
the eyes on Monty. I shared the information.
There you go. There you go.
We got
Did you
about.
Did you see Wesley said hi? I don't know if you caught that.
Wesley said hello.
Wesley.
That was a
said
good
hello.
time.
The great Wesley Walker, New York
It's a good
Jet.
time when you're at Village Connection Radio.
Oh, we have a
All
blast.
kinds of things happen.
When you're
Oh,
at
we
Village
have a
Connection,
blast.
all doors open for you.
Ow.
In many ways.
So Big Show came back, but you know what? Here's one for you, brother. Oh, WWE doesn't grow any no stars. Well, guess what? Keith Lee is growing. Keith Lee's awesome, man. And now he's the #1 contender as he won the 4-way for the North American title shot with
And
Roderick.
well deserved.
Dude, how great is Keith Lee? How about like catching guys in midair and then he used Damian Priest swinging him around using his skull to knock his opponents out.
I just wanted to add that
Guy's 270.
Jeff chimed in and he said that his girl is Barbara Eaton.
Nice. That's a great pick, Jeff.
I can't go wrong.
That's
But you
a
know
great
what? I
pick,
do.
Jeff.
He was too much of a chicken to actually say it on the air because he thought his
that's
wife would
okay.
hear it. He actually sent in
Oh,
a private
God.
message.
But you know, speaking of Jeff Quest,
That's a good pick.
Jeff. Sorry,
Quest.
Jeff Quest Graphics,
Yes.
who makes all the Monty and the
Yes.
Pharaoh
That-
banners.
that
We
he
want to give a
does.
shout out. You could go to www.jeffquest.net for all your lettering
Did someone
and
else have
storefront stuff.
jeffnet.com? That seems like
A what?
Did someone else have jeffquest.com?
.net is the cheap way to go. It's cheaper. .coms cost a
Why do
little
I
more
get the feeling
money.
there's an
Wow,
inside joke
Jeff, I had
happening
nothing.
here?
I had nothing to do with
All
that.
right.
Jeff.
No, this is
Yikes.
not scripted.
No, this is not scripted.
But
I didn't
anyway,
say it
for
was scripted.
I'm all blushing over here.
storefronts, buildings, boats. Jeff's a man, and boy,
Yeah.
this guy
He does
makes some
great work.
great artwork.
He does
Everybody
great
else.
work.
He actually made the Monty and the Pharaoh. No, I'm lying. He didn't. Somebody else made.
You know, I hate to keep. Oh my God! I hate to keep crossing him up. He recently had Pharaoh with hair, and now I cut it again.
Oh man!
But he did good with the hair. My wife was like, "Oh, that's a great drawing."
He's very
Way to
in
go,
tune.
Jeff.
He is very in tune.
He's excellent.
Bro, do your wives stay home at night and watch your show?
No, my wife doesn't really watch the
So
show
you
much.
can't even get your wife to watch it. Huh?
My wife watches the cable show.
Nice. She won't watch it
My wife
live.
is working. She
does-
would watch it.
She watches and listens. I got to be honest with you. This is a very tricky show, right? Got wrestling fans that really enjoy the show, but then
Right.
you got other people that just like our regular
Like the
banter
ridiculous
between
stuff.
the
Right.
three
I
of
would
us.
think that your wife would just get turned on by the sound of your voice and like waiting for you to get home. Like, hey,
Jim, you know as well as I do, my wife hates me. I mean, come on. That's no surprise.
My wife is tired of hearing the Farrell's voice, so I'm with you. You know, I mean, maybe Jim. They tune into listen to Jim. Hey, what's up, baby?
I will tell you.
They tune in to listen to your deep
Jim's
resonating voice.
not on camera now. For all the fans out there, I will tell you, the chicks dig. The chicks.
Jim, put
dig
yourself on camera.
Jim.
no.
Look at you getting all
I'm
shy.
behind the scenes.
With your Burt Reynolds rock star look.
They love
Look
them.
at you.
The women love them.
They do. Jimbo, man.
And I'm not trying to cause
My two
anything here.
daughters and
No,
my
Jimbo's a
wife
lady
and my-
killer, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about it. Listen, I'm not trying to start anything here.
Troublemaker.
No, not
But when
him.
Rosa Mendez was in here,
Oh,
Such a
all
stop.
eyes were on. Look, he's muting
Stop.
me. He's muting me.
Stop.
Lord.
That's not
Bill
right.
Alfonso was checking you out. It was really very strange. Very strange. Hey,
That
Daddy!
was a strange day.
You know, one thing last show we had our New Year's special. Was the New Year, and we want to wish everybody a happy New Year's.
Oh, yeah.
And one thing I did not ask you guys: did
What?
you guys have a New Year's resolution before we cut out?
No, don't believe in them. It's BS. Nope. They didn't have one at all. You?
Jim?
My New Year's resolution was to take this station to the next level.
Oh, that's different than a goal. Or is it
And,
the same thing?
Same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. No.
Strive a little bit harder. Mike's brought a lot of different things to the table that I never really thought were gonna. I didn't even know that some of them existed. So, right there off the bat, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, and you know, again, Dan Romano from the Dan Romano Show called in, and he will be starting with Village Connection. We will be the first guest on the show.
Listen, we have a special website set up. It's called the Send Your Complaints About Dan Romano.
Oh, my God.
Coming to thevillageconnection.com.
Oh,
Yes.
If you want to complain.
You should
Listen,
set up a certain
wait a minute,
site
hold on.
for one particular person.
For fans that may be catching on,
he
Dan-
should have his own damn site. Him and his buddies.
But for fans that may be new to the show, whatever, Dan is a business owner out of Farmingdale,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
had a show for many years.
An outrageous
show.
Outrageous.
And to be quite honest, Dan, myself, I'm not going to speak for you, Farrow.
you
Jim,
can here. You can.
Farrow.
It's not always been smooth.
We were not very good friends.
It's
to
not
say the
always been
least.
smooth. No, that's fair.
But you know what?
But through hate comes love.
Oddly enough, it can sometimes.
Right?
Oddly
You know
enough,
what?
It can sometimes.
It can.
sometimes.
I just made that
It's
quote up
very
myself.
strange.
I like it. Through
Yeah,
hate
but
comes
you know
love.
what?
Hate comes love.
You know what? Sometimes it can.
What? Someone's going to put that on his shirt.
Strange
I'll miss
world.
that
And you
opportunity.
screwed up on
I've
that.
seen stranger things, Jimbo. I've seen stranger things.
Well, you know, again, quality programming.
Yep.
Brings quality fans.
Yep.
Brings quality sponsors.
Yep.
Listen, in
So-
2020,
Yep.
I plan on being a contender of places that people go on Long Island, like in big numbers, like almost like a News 12.
Absolutely.
There's no reason why we can't add like a weather show or
That's
things
right.
like that to
That's
the station.
right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
You know, your wife would be an awesome weather girl.
Wow.
She would
Yeah.
be, right?
You have a point. I think so.
Yeah.
That would work.
Anyway, I want to remind everybody we have a special Saturday edition. This Saturday, the ECW Hardcore Reunion. It starts at 9 a.m. to 11. Fans, you could come down and get some autographs. They'll be live in studios with us. We will be with Shane Douglas and Justin Credible. And then right after that will be the Sandman.
Nice.
Again, this is when we do our interviews. Some people love them. Most people.
90%.
Some people hate them.
95%.
If you're
Yeah,
looking
like
for a
the
straight
5%
shoot
pitch.
interview of like, hey, what did you do in 1993?
No.
And you're not going to get that here.
Nope.
And if we're lucky enough, maybe
You know, we'll educate.
Sandman will take his shirt off.
We'll educate you when we do our interviews, but we're sure as shit going to entertain you.
That's
There's
right.
a big difference between just going through the motions and making a motion.
Anyway,
So-
you're catching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Catch us every Thursday here live from Village Connection Radio out of Rockstar Studios from Huntington, New York. Every Thursday, 8:05 to 9 p.m. And also catch us on channel 115 on Tuesdays, 8:30 to 9 p.m. and Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. We also be caught on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, And if you just want to listen to our voice and not look at our beautiful mugs, who Scott Hall most recently in one of the interviews said we might have been the two ugliest people he's ever met.
He wishes he had my mug.
You can catch us on Anchor, Google Podcasts, whatever podcast. We're all over the place. Anyway, once again, thank you all for joining, and this is Mike Monty.
This is the Pharaoh. Later.